but it was in spring training. You still have to make your pitches.
Now the velocity didn't hold all throughout spring. Heavier and slower last year. Garcia puts one in the air to right field. Well hit. O'Hearn chasing it back. He can't get to it. Off the wall, and Garcia has another RBI extra base hit, and this time he's not stopping at second. A 2-run double and an RBI triple for Michael Garcia, and the Royals turn a 2-out walk out of the 9th spot into the 4th run.
Well, that ball belted. And again, I mean, it's just a high fastball over the plate. You talked about 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Now make it 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a triple. Yeah, maybe Santander could catch it, but that ball gets over O'Hearn's head. No possible way, and Drew French is going to come out and have another conversation.
Bobby Wood Jr. out to center field. Once again hits it high out there, but not deep enough here. So Kansas City with a run. We have a very special guest coming up. A little Final Four preview perhaps here in the booth.
Sean McDonough, a fundraiser every year. And a shock to the thing, you know, and he's
up 24/7 if the stories are to be believed. Anthony Santander out to shallow right. Renfroe will make the catch. First of all, thanks for being here. And
it's a tournament. And no one thought 22 days ago that this team, you know, would be here in the Final Four. But it feels like the 1983 NC State cardiac pack. Yes, that Jim Valvano and Derek Whittenberg, Sidney Lowe, that great team that won and did the unthinkable. And so I'm not going to count them out. There's UConn, which is the defending champion and very talented, and Alabama and Purdue with Zach Edey. But this NC State team is quite special.
Right side for Pasquantino. Mountcastle, a little bit of a bobble on the transfer, gets rid of it to Irvin for the out. By the way, I went to Syracuse, so it's not like you're the only one. A quick basketball detour because we had to, because you're Grant Hill. This is for it that you spent enough time in Baltimore, around the ballpark. Your sense of what Baltimore is like as a city. David Rubenstein talks about the next chapter and how this team.
It can bring, you know, a city together. It can boost its morale. It can do so much. And I think, you know, David Rubenstein understands that. He's from Baltimore himself and is excited about not just what Mike Elias has done, and sort of building up this young core is pretty exceptional.
Down to third from Renfroe. That's out of play.
With one thought, did you ever have a chance to meet Larry Lucchino?
Oh, of course.
Who passed away today.
He was here with me, and my dad worked with him in the Orioles front office, and also followed Larry to San Diego when he went to San Diego.
You and many others. This is the ballpark that changed baseball, and Larry was an enormous part of that.
He was, you know, he was there when the last time the Orioles won the World Series. He was Larry loved sports and liked law, and Edward Bennett Williams loved law and then liked sports. Of course, he put the money up, but again, the stadium before the Ravens, and if they ever got football.
Tony Kemp pushes a bunt toward first, and Tony Kemp is out, and he hops right into the pitcher Marsh.
Well, Marsh makes a great play, gets off the mound. You know, the only way you do that is if you are balanced. Again, gets to it very quickly, tags him, and they avoid it.
2 up, 2 down. Nick Lofton. And Lofton with a little punch shot into right field out of the 9th spot. Nick Lofton has 2 hits, a walk. 4th inning. He's driven in the last 3 Kansas City runs.
And all the walked, and Garcia would drive him in.
Tomorrow afternoon, Garcia smacks another ball. Everything is smoked for this guy. That was 111, but pulled foul. Up for the fight in the Central. Another 3-2. Smack foul at the plate. Got a piece of Rutschman.
Well, Seth Lugo, who came over as a starter, San Diego and the Mets earlier on in his career, he can pitch. And that ball off the shin guard. And we saw Waka. He went.
Ball 1 to Witt. That span. 1-1 here.
But watch that left hip just closed, just a shade.
Isbell and Garcia the runners. Witt ground ball up the middle, kept to a knee, flip to Henderson. That's the inning. Tate works around some debris. It's 4-1 going to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order coming from the sky. Gunnar Henderson digs one out to left. Well hit, poorly placed right at Velasquez. And Alec Marsh begins the third time through the order the way he began the first two, retiring Gunnar Henderson. Defensive changes for the Royals. Isbell, the pinch runner, stays in to play center. And Garrett Hampson moves down center field to second base.
Actually, his numbers the third time through the order last year, in the year where he went 3-9, 0-7 as a starter, were much better the third time. And if you look at all his spin metrics, he's actually kind of, around the 24-50. So and tonight, Kevin, he has really pitched well. Got a little bit unlucky. The Orioles get a run on back-to-back doubles, hanging breaking ball, and then a little squiggler off the bat of Colton Cowser. Other than that, any balls that have been hit hard have been right at people.
Little strike throwing machine.
Yeah.
As Rutschman pops up another one. Shallow center. Hampson, who was just in center field, makes the play out from second.
Strikes 18 balls. That's how efficient he's been.
How about 46 strikes, 18 balls?
Well, how do you do that? Brian Sweeney, their pitching coach, in his second year, basically, he's probably telling them the same thing everybody else says. Throw strike one. Make a quality pitch. And then see what happens.
So he's thrown 18 balls now to 21 batters. Check swing fouled away by Santander. Only 2 3-ball counts in the game. O'Hearn walked. And then Mountcastle, ball 3 to Ryan, though, was a pitch timer violation. So that's a 3-ball count with a bit of an asterisk. Strikeout in the lineup for Anthony, who will go down to get one. Golf it high into the gap in right center, but not deep enough.